Hi guys, Mark Wood here, Director of Instruction at Chichester Golf Academy and also World's Best Golf Destinations. And today I'm going to do a bit of a test between the TaylorMade M4, which is a current driver, and who remembers the old Burner R 860s? So yeah, a comparison between the two. Now, I normally play stiff shaft, but I've got my hands on this regular shaft. It's a Burner Light low torque max distance 60 gram regular shaft in the Burner 860. So who remembers those? The Burner R 860's 10.5 degree loft. And the club I'm going to compare it with is the current TaylorMade M4, 10.5 degrees of loft. Now it's got the even flow shaft in. Like I said, I'm a stiff shafted player. This is a regular flex. It's 55 grams, so it's 5 grams lighter than the TaylorMade Burner R club. So I've got flight scope on. I'm going to hit 5 shots with each ball. We'll look at the data. I know we're using range balls, and the range balls that we've got here are about 10 or 20% shorter than a normal golf ball, so it's an even test. Ideally, it'd be good to do it on the course with Pro Vs, but I don't really want to be going out onto the busy course today and hitting, 10 Pro Vs down the fairway. So we're going to use range balls, and we're going to have a look at the data. So we're going to start with the Burner 860R driver. See how that performs, and like I say, we're going to look at the data and see if there's any major difference in between the two drivers. Right, let's get stuck in. Here we go. So the first shot with the Burner 860R driver. So that felt solid off the face. Nice. Okay. So we're just going to whiz through these. The next 5 shots, or the next 4 shots I should say, with this club. Again, really nice flight, slight draw, good height, so I'm expecting to see good launch conditions with this. Again, that was just absolutely bombed down the middle. It feels quite nice, actually. It does feel quite nice. I mean, the head's obviously a lot smaller than the current M4, but it sits nicely behind the ball. Nice shape, nice draw again. So one more with this, and then we'll switch over for the TaylorMade M4. Again, that felt really, really solid off the club face. So that actually felt quite nice. Now, in terms of length, the TaylorMade M4 is slightly longer, maybe sort of ½ inch longer, so slightly longer shaft. But let's see what this one can do. And again, we'll look at the numbers on FlightScape as well. So it's 10.5. It's got the even flow shaft in. It's 55 grams, so it's 5 grams lighter with the shaft. But straight away the head's a lot bigger behind the ball. That has absolutely ripped off the club face. That was really nice. Again, nice little draw down there. So it's going to be really interesting to see the data, to see how the current TaylorMade driver performs against one of the older models. Again, felt really solid off the club face, that one. It looks as though it's going a lot further. The launch conditions look about the same in terms of the height that the M4 is getting in relation to the 860 Burner R driver. But it just feels as though the club is really, or the ball is really getting off the club face a lot quicker with this one as well. So it'd be interesting to see what the ball speed is. Right, 2 more, and then we'll have a look at the data. Again, that felt absolutely solid off the club face. Right, last one, and like I say, then we'll have a look at the data and see what how it's performing. Again, really solid off the club face. Okay, let's have a look at the data and see how the clubs are performing. There's going to be some interesting stats there. The height-wise, to the eye, they look as though they're launching about the same. The height, they're getting to the same. The apex of the flight and everything looks about the same. But this one definitely feels and looks as though it's coming off the club face a lot faster. So I'm expecting the ball speed to be a lot faster off the face with the M4. Right, let's have a look at the data. Okay, so if we look at the FlightScape data here, okay, so if we look at the carry distances first with the TaylorMade 860R driver, the carry distance 185, 199, 199, 204, giving me a total distance 209, 204, 217, 217, so averaging out at 214. With the M4 driver, we got carry distances 214, 211, 208, 209, total distance 240, 239, 236, 227, giving me a total of 233. So that is a gain of, you know, 20, almost 20 yards, isn't it? 214 to 233, so that's a 20-yard gain. Now, if we look at the ball speed that the 860R driver was producing, don't forget these were the range balls, and we're hitting the same range balls with the 860R and the M4. So the ball speed was 128.8, 136.1, 136.8 and 134.5, giving me an average of 135.8. With the TaylorMade M4, we were going 138.7, 137.7, 137.8, 136.7, so that is a 138.7 with the M4 average, the 138.7 M4 average, and the 860R average was 138.8. So the smash factor obviously was down with the 860R. We had a smash factor of 134, and obviously with the TaylorMade M4 was 150. So I couldn't really feel as though there's an awful lot of difference off the club face, but you know, that's just you know, that's when you're testing, you're going to get those kind of variables in there. So obviously that's a gain of ball speed of 135.8 as opposed to 138.7. So it's a 3 mile an hour gain in ball speed. Now if we look at the spin rates, so the 860R was producing spin rates of 4,000 and 4,000, 2,000 and 4,000. So yeah, the spin rates were very high there. And with the M4, spin rates was 1,900, 2,006, 3,000, 2,600. So spin rates were a lot more where they needed to be. The spin rate with the 860R was a lot more higher. If we start to look at the launch conditions of the 860R, the launch conditions were 9.2, 13.9, 13.9, 12.8, giving me an average of 13.9 vertical launch. With the M4, we were having a launch angle of 14.4, 14.1, 10.6, 13.4, so an average launch of 13.9. So 13.9 with the with the 860R and 13.9 with the M4. So the launch angles were very similar, and that's what kind of I was seeing. Now if we look at the height, so the height of the 860R, 69 feet, 108 feet, 100 feet, 97 feet, so an average of 107 feet high. And with the M4, this was lower, so 91, 82, 71, 83, so an average height of 72. So some good comparisons there. You know, I expected the M4 would go further. I was seeing that off the club face as well. You know, you could see the ball flight going out there as well. Okay guys, so that was a fun experiment to do, to see what the differences are between the current TaylorMade M4 and the old TaylorMade Burner 860, the TaylorMade Burner R860. Doesn't surprise me that the M4 is going further. Like I said, you could see the ball coming off the club face. You know, it was just springing off the club face a lot better. It's getting out there obviously a lot further. You could sense that the ball speed was a lot quicker going through the air there as well. But yeah, a great fun thing to do. And if you like the little video, please don't forget to give it the thumbs up. Post your comments below. Let me know, you know, what you would like me to video for you. I really enjoy making these films, so really appreciate your support on that. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button below, because like I said, I really appreciate your support. I really enjoy making the videos for you. And thanks very much for watching, and look forward to catching up with you again soon.